Iko Waikolohe Aulani. I got a warm for you. Come on, it's a good spot. Oʻahu e hoʻi mai e Aulani haina ka puahana Aulani Aulani. Now that's a song called the Aulani, and it's a special song for us here at Aulani, and it talks a little bit about what we do. The words, they go aloha I komo mai, hello and welcome, come on in to Aulani kumu home, to Aulani our home. And then the song ends the sort of our Hawaiian song too, listen close. With the words haina mai on a kapu ala, which means now the story's told. In this case, the story of our home right here at Aulani. Now, speaking of our home here at Aulani, the story I'm going to share with you folks this evening is one of my favorite stories that's out there. I do love to tell this story. Now, one of the reasons I love to tell this story particularly is because this story involves something you've seen. Some of you probably passed by dozens of times just today. We can't really see it from where we are now, but you'll see it when you leave here in just a little bit. So let me draw your attention, even though it's just in your mind for the moment, to the mural on the Makai side, the ocean side of the line. I know I just said you can't see it. And then I totally point to it, it's not fair. But you really can't see it from here. You can't see the whole thing. When you walk up those stairs, you're up that ramp a little bit, and you see that whole big mural that you passed by dozens of times, you never thought maybe I'd be noticing. You'll see that there is a very handsome young man in that mural with a very handsome bud. Now that, my friends, that's a depiction of Maui. And Maui, as you know, is not just some dude from Samoa. Maui is actually an ancestor all throughout the Pacific. The stories you told of Maui the hero all throughout Polynesia. And pretty much anywhere you go in Polynesia, they claim them for their own. That's how you spell it, yeah? So for instance, if you find yourself in Aotearoa in New Zealand, which is right over there, about 4,600 miles, they'll tell you Maui's from there. They'll tell you stories that take place in Aotearoa from the Maori culture of that place. If you find yourself in Samoa, a little bit to the left, about 26 miles, they'll tell you Maui's from there. They'll tell you stories that take place in Samoa, the adventures of Maui and his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brothers. If you find yourself in Tonga or Tahiti or Niue or Tokelau or the Marquesas or the Tuamotus or the Cook Islands, or all the way down at Rapanui in Easter Island, 4,000 miles over there, they'll tell you that Maui's from there. But here comes like, of course, well, Maui's from here! Even within the Hawaiian Islands, you might find some controversy. If you find yourself over on the island of Maui, over there about 100 miles, they'll say Maui's from here, look at the name of our island, which is actually pronounced slightly differently. Not that anybody ever notices, because I tend to mispronounce both those words all the time. That's all I talk about, yeah, lots of hand gestures and correction. But here on the west side of Oʻahu, we know, of course, well, Maui's from here. In fact, earlier, here at Ko Olina, we sail the southern end of the Popo, or the district of Waianae. And Waianae has a very, very, very strong tradition of stories about Maui. If you head up the coast with here at Ko Olina in just a bit, you'll come to a valley known as Nanakuli, where according to our Waianae stories, Maui is from. Indeed, Maui is known for many things. For one, he was known for being very ikaika. All right, friends, this is a vocab party we did. I need you to do this with me. So you hold up, repeat after me. Ikaika. Ikaika. Oh yeah, let me hear ikaika. Ikaika. That is how you say strong in Hawaii. The legend had it that Maui was so ikaika, he was able to lift the sky from where the sky used to sit down close to the ground. He was able to lift the sky up into the heavens where we see the sky now. Made it much easier for all of us to walk around upright. He was also known for being very akamai. Yeah, we did this one too. And hold up, repeat after me. Akamai. Akamai. I think you do it twice, so you might remember. Akamai. And that is how you say smart in Hawaii. And then that Maui was so akamai, he was almost able to outsmart even death himself. He was also known to be a little bit kolohe. This one's actually kind of important. Hold up, repeat after me. Kolohe. Last time. time. Kolohe. That's how you say rascally in Hawaiian. I often ask if you folks know anybody can qualify as Kolohe, but clearly it's a very polite, well-behaved, maybe tired. Indeed, Kolohe means rascal, mischievous, troublesome, and Maui was known to wreak havoc from time to time. So anyhow, we have Maui the Kolohe, Maui the mischief maker, Maui the akamai, Maui the genius, Maui the ikaika, Maui the mighty. Growing up, I wanted to be just like Maui. And as Maui grew up here on the west side of Oʻahu, one of his favorite things to do was spend time out in the ocean, fishing with his brothers, in fact the boys. They spent so much time out in the water that Maui's father gave him a very special culture, a very special fish. A fish hook that was so special it had its own name. It was called mythical, or hook of the heavens. And this small this hook, it was made from the evening, from the bones of one of Maui's ancestors. And being made from this very sacred and special material, it carried all of his ancestors' money, their spiritual power. It was a magical fish hook. And with this magical fish hook, Maui could catch up any fish. So one day he decided he would do something that no one else had done before. One day he decided he would go out and he would catch the great ukulele, a giant fish named Ko. Now people was said to be a mythical proportion. Legend had it that he was very, very, very large, especially for a fish. But he was also thought to be uncatchable. The stories went that if anyone should look at P-Boy, the magical fish would immediately turn himself into stone, making it very difficult to get him in your attention. Well, Maui figured to get around that. So he came up with a plan with great. And he loaded all his brothers into their boat. And the boys, they paddled out to sea, out to the deepest, darkest, out to the bluest part of the ocean, out of sight of all of the island of Oʻahu behind them. Once they made it to the very right spot, Maui took the mythical on its line. And he sent that magical fish hook spinning through the sky and flying through the air and into the water. And for a moment, all was silent. Still. Till suddenly, then it snags him. Now, Maui knew this was the order. So be very careful to avert his eyes. He pulled on that line with all his considerable might. And he called to his brothers behind him. He said, "Hoi! Hoi!" Now, hoi in Hawaiian means to paddle. So Maui's brothers paddled as hard as he could. Maui called him again. He said, "Don't turn around no matter what you do. If you look back at P-Boy, all will be lost." So Maui pulled as his brothers paddled. The brothers paddled as Maui pulled, and on and on and on for 2 whole days. As those brothers struggled against that giant fish at their feet. Until finally the mountains that lie above us here on the west side of Oʻahu, fittingly known as the Waianae mountain range, hiding back there behind our Waianae tower, Ko Olina's far-off peak. Well, those mountains peeped up over the horizon ahead of them. And as the boys could feel themselves getting closer and closer and closer to them, one of Maui's brothers, still paddling, with one little strength he had left after those 2 long days. So that brother suddenly felt the curiosity take over his body. He tried to look away. He looked down at his feet. He closed his eyes as tight as he could. One eye open, then the other eye. And he couldn't help himself. He turned to look back, and when he did, that fishing line snapped, sending the Waikolohe flying across the sky. Oh, the brothers, they took a moment to catch their breath. And then in unison, they turned back to see what they had caught. Only when they looked behind them, they didn't find a fish. Indeed, P-Boy had become something else. He had become mountains and valleys. He had become streams and beaches. He had become the island of Kauai, off to the west of us here. Now, it broke Maui's heart. Not only had he lost his magical fish, which was now a beautiful island, he had, of course, lost his magical fish. When the sun set, as it just did, and the stars emerged in the heavens above, as they soon will, well, Maui noticed something new in the skies. Folks probably see yourself before. You have to stay up kind of late tonight, it's about 1 o'clock or so, to see it rise right about there. Though you might know it by a different name. You might know it as Scorpio from the tale of a legendary scorpion. But here in Hawaii, we know that that constellation is in fact Manai Aulani. All these magical fishermen, the hook in the heavens, still up there fishing, even to this day. Well, mahalo nui ohana. Thank you so much for letting me join you here in the circle. But I will raise the claps and then we're over here. There will be one more story coming tonight at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, which is, of course, later. Right now, I gotta go change more light bulbs, yeah? And nothing helps it, I'll go change light bulbs. More than having his own traveling and somewhat fiery assistant. So until we meet again, Aulani no. Have a wonderful evening. Mahalo.